Hi everyone. How are you all doing today? Or I should say tonight, because I'm looking out back and it's dark now. If you can see me shaking, it's because I'm shaking my applicator bottle. I was going to do a video an hour ago, and I don't know if you, in my last video, I'd said there's just a little too much water in my applicator bottle. This is for those of you who weren't watching. I use a Zyme applicator bottle to outline my plates, and I had just a little too much water in there, I thought. You know, when you put this is Amaco Jet Black Underglaze in here, and I added a touch of water to make it flow a little bit better, and I'd added, I think, just a little too much. So I thought, well, I'll take the tip off and let it sit out while I'm gone, and maybe a little bit of water will evaporate. Well, I came home, and I don't know if it was me or what, but it knocked it over. Could be the kitty cats. So then I'm cleaning that up and trying to get, so I dumped the rest of it out, put some more underglaze in a little cup. I thought I had my little syringe to fill it, but no, I didn't have that. And so I tried to just turn this upside down and suction it out of the cup, and then I splattered it on a plate that I had painted. I had to get off of that, and then I had it everywhere. I mean, it is literally everywhere. Gosh. So now I'm trying to shake it back up. Well, I did use it, and I didn't add quite enough water, so I added a touch more water. So we'll see. We'll see when I paint this next plate. That's what we're doing today. We're painting a plate, another plate. Anyway, I'm going to set this over here and hope that a little bit of water added to it is not too much and just enough, and you know, to make this work. The plate we're doing is similar to this. This is the one I did earlier. But I want to add a little bit bigger leaves, and I want the leaves to be a little bit different colors and the berries to be different colors, which I try to do, but I don't know. When this will get a clear glaze, a zinc-free clear glaze, and then I'll fire to cone 5, and this is going to be on Bisqued. I'm going to paint on Bisqued. And so maybe, you know, some of the colors will come out. Some of them will burn out, as you know. But I'm really going to try to, I don't know, step up my game. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to work. Let's get to work. I got my mess cleaned up. I got black all over here, but I'm not going to worry about that. As you can see, it's dark outside. I don't know if you can see our Christmas lights. You can see our Christmas lights out there. That's my son put those up. I think half of them were burnt out. I told him just to throw them in the garbage, but he insisted on getting them up there. So anyway, so this is what we're painting on. This is a B-Mix 5. This one, I don't think this has grog. Oh, this one might have grog. But it's B-Mix 5. And I fired it to, I bisqued it to cone 04. So now my slab roller, these are a little thick. Can you see how thick these are? These are a little thick. So I adjusted my slab roller. I thought I had them thinner than this, but so these are heavy duty plates, which, you know, isn't too bad. This is the thinness I like them to be, a little bit thinner. But you know, it's going to be heavy duty. It'll be durable. Let me lower you down, and let's see here. So I wanted to show you first what I work out of. These are my Amaco Velvet Underglazes, and some of them are, I don't really know the names of any of them. This is, I think, Intense Yellow It might have been bright yellow when I bought it, but the new one I bought says intense yellow. Avocado, chartreuse, turquoise, bright orange. This is real orange. Bright red. And I can't remember what, I always forget what that one is. Bright, I think that one might be a speedball, actually. Anyway, I think that's amethyst, purple, and then just the brown and black. But this is just a bead tray that has unadjustable grids, and you can get it on Amazon. But I like to work out of there because I like to work out of it like a watercolor thing, even though it doesn't work quite like that. With the watercolors, you can, you know, put on pretty light coats, but with Amacos, with these velvet underglazes, even though they're fairly thick or intense, if you just put one coat or two coats, they can burn out. Because I fired a cone 5. So now if you were firing to cone 016 or 018 or whatever, low fire, the colors are much more vivid. So the first thing I'm going to do is I like to put kind of an outline. I'm going to work out of this little cup here. I like to put a little kind of an outline of what of the shape that I'm doing. So I'm going to get a little bit of brown here. I had a little left over from my last one, my last plate. I have a kiln going right now. Actually, it's cooling down, a glaze kiln. So hopefully I'll get to open that tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of white to this because I don't want just brown, and it's a little dark. But even the brown can burn out a little bit. You just, you know, I shouldn't be doing that right over my plate, should I? Very brave of me. I'm going to add a little bit of avocado to this dark green. I have dark green in here, and I kind of forgot I'd had that. I wish I'd have seen it earlier. I just got a little one, and it's really nice Christmas green. I should call it Christmas green. But, so I'm going to add a little bit of this avocado. I'm going to add a little bit of chartreuse. And these do dry out a little bit, but that's what I like. They get a little more intense once you dry them out. And I'm going to add some yellow, because like I said, I want some of these colors, these leaves, to be different colors. So let me get some of those colors in there. And my water's all dirty because I've been wiping up the black from the jet black applicator bottle. I made quite a mess. So, okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more water to the brown here. I just don't want that too, I don't want it too dark. So, okay, let's see how this works here. So I'm going to go around the plate. I'm not going to make a solid line because I'm going to add some branches in between, and I'm going to bring some out into the plate. And then you want to bring some on the outside of your design also. And you want to, you know, lean back every once in a while and make sure that, you know, the composition is good. You're not too far this way or too far that way. I just did that once on some cotton napkins that I stained with, well, I guess they're called Jacquard stains. Anyway, I did supposed to do this like a cotton towel, and I did it all to one side. Well, I was like inch to one side, and I should have paid attention, but I didn't. I think that is probably pretty good to start. Now these are pretty dark lines. I think I'm going to go over them. I think I'm going to go over them just a little bit. I think they're a little straight. Chris, are you in there? Here, my kitty. I must be my kitty cat's getting into trouble. Gosh. Lord knows what they're getting into. Okay. I can go back, and you don't want your lines, you know, perfectly straight, because tree branches aren't perfectly straight. Oh, I hear Millie talking to me. Okay. All right, now I'm going to start adding, I think I'll add some leaves. So I'm going to get a little bit bigger brush. These are all just Master's Touch brushes from Hobby Lobby. I find them discounted over there, like when they're reducing them and discontinuing them. I think I got that for $2 or something. So I'm going to mix this. I don't want it as vivid green, I guess you should say, as that is. In fact, I think I'm going to pick up a little bit of white out of my tray, drop some white in here. Yeah, before I even got black in here. I got black everywhere. I made such a mess. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay. So this isn't going to be holly. This is going to be leaves like you find on like a bayberry bush. I have a love-hate relationship with those. I put a bunch out in my garden because it was the only thing that the deer wouldn't eat. We have a lot of deer, and they'd be eating those things all the time, eating up my bushes and eating up my hostas. Can you see what I'm doing here? Let's see, I think so. Those are kind of dark. I'm going to go into the yellow and try to add. I'll probably need more yellow. The yellow really gets eaten up by the darker colors. It doesn't stay bright yellow. If you're buying underglazes and you can only buy a few, go with the brightest, the most vivid color, because you can always lighten it up with white or yellow. It's a lot easier to change the color if you're going from a really dark color that's full of pigment. You're going with a pale color, you have to add so much pigment to change it. And then, of course, get your primary colors, your red, your blue, your yellow, white, black. Let's see here. Yeah, that's, I don't know if I how much of a difference I want the colors to be. I think I'm going to add a little bit lighter colors on here, and then maybe add a little bit darker colors to the bottom sides of these. It's all kind of a crapshoot. You really don't know how it's going to turn out exactly. And I'm adding a little bit of water just to blend them a little bit. And also, you know, you don't really know what's going to burn out in the kiln. A lot of times, you know, you get all these beautiful colors, and then anywhere where it's thin, where there's not more than one coat, you know, it ends up burning out. But when you're trying to paint like watercolors, you know, it's very difficult to keep adding layers and layers and layers. It kind of ruins the effect. I did buy some of those, what do they call them? Semi-moist underglazes from Amaco. I swore I was never going to buy any of those, but I found some on sale on Amazon. I thought, well, I'll, you know, try a set. So I'll have to do a set of those and do a demo on that. I don't know if there's an extra ingredient in those. Kara from Amaco, I know I've asked her before, and I don't know if I really got a response back about that, but the problem with buying them from there is you can't pick your own colors. You buy a whole tray of them, and they're like $45. They're not cheap, and you know, you don't get the colors you want. It used to be you were able to pick your colors, and you pick the colors you like. But you know, they give you, out of, I think there's 8 in a tray, maybe 10. Let me look here. Well, how did that just break? Yikes. I just heard something fall. Oh, I guess I'll find it later. You know, the cats will find it. Oh, I don't know what I did. I knocked something down. Anyway. Oh, it's a, shoot, one of the glazes fell out. Yeah, so there's 8. Here they come. So when you buy more, you can replace them. But you can't choose the color. So it's the orange I lost. You can't choose the colors you want. So some of them are kind of ugly. There's a tan in there. Like, why on earth would I get a tan? Oh, well, I'll have to find it. But anyway, these are a cheaper version, is what I was getting at. Is you just let these dry out a little bit, and they're a lot, very much like the Amaco semi-moist. And you save a lot of money by making your own. So I've got all these colors in here, and yeah, looking nice. I'm liking it. You know, when you've been painting a certain way for a long time, it's really hard to change your method. Like, it's really hard for me to paint differently. That dark green is very strong. I bet that doesn't burn out. Okay, now let's do over here. I think I'm gonna I'll do some here. Then I can add some berries, I think, in between there. Okay, now we'll move this around. I've got one of these. I don't know what I do with it. Oh, there it is. I've got one of these big heavy-duty spinny things. But it sits so high, I feel like I'm kind of raise my arms to work on it. I wish I'd have gotten a lower one, because you can always raise them up. Like a carousel thing. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it right now, but I had to go down to work today to load the kiln. There's, you know, people that take pottery from me that are in craft shows, and they are wanting their stuff for these shows. So I wanted to make sure I got them in the kiln and get them fired. Although a lot of them were too wet. I was afraid to put them in the kiln. I even put an 8-hour preheat, but you know, if it was my stuff, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I sure as heck don't want to ruin anybody else's stuff. So now I'm going to take some of this red. You can kind of see me getting this red out here. I don't know why this red is really runny. I just filled this up out of the jar. I guess it seems even awfully runny from the jar. Oh gosh, and it smells awful. Yeah, oh god, it smells like the septic tank when the guys were out there working on our septic tank last couple weeks ago. Oh gosh, does that stink? Man, oh man. Ooh, I think it smells worse. So you can, what I'll probably do, I'm going to add a touch of orange to this, just because I wanted a little off the red. Like, I want red, but you know, I want more of an interesting red, not just plain red. So I'm going to add a little more orange there. Can you see that? And then I'm going to add some yellow. I'm going to rinse my brush out. And I think I'll use some of this intense yellow because it'll take me, yeah, I guess I'll add some, I think I'm going to add some white too. The white will give me more of a pink, whereas the yellow, I've already got orange there. I don't want to go too orange. Here we go. Okay. So now I'm going to set that down. Set my green aside. But that red, I can't believe how red that runny is. How red that runny is. How runny that red is. Can't even talk. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put some leaves on the other side of that branch. Let me grab my green over here. It's so easy to miss stuff when you're talking. Okay, I'm sure I No miss other stuff. Okay, let's see here. So I'm going to take my red. I hope you can see that. Try to move this over. Move that back. There we go. Okay. I'm going to mix a little bit of that white right here so that some of the berries are a little bit on the pink side. There we go. And then I'm going to keep some of the red over here. I don't think I'll use that yellow. Okay, let's put some berries in here. These are all going to be at my show this Saturday. It's at the West Side Market, which is here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Although actually where it's at is considered Cheviot, Ohio. Some people say Cheviot. But it's really, it's Cheviot to me. When I used to live there, I don't know, we always called it Cheviot. So it's noon to 5, and it's going, most of the vendors are going to be outside, including myself. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll probably freeze my hiney off. It's only supposed to be 45 that day. We've had such a warm streak. I was really hoping that the warm streak lasted until this week, but it did not. Okay, so this, I think this looks a little too pink. Gosh, it's so dark here. It's only like 5 o'clock, I think. 5:30. No, it's probably like 5:30 or 6 here. But gosh, it's so hard to get used to getting dark so early. And of course, there's my dog barking again. I'd like to say that he only barks when I have a video, but he barks all the time. Ever since we lost our other 2 dogs, one of them was his daddy. He's just never been the same. He's become a pain in the hiney for sure. I love him to death, but whew. Okay, let's see here. So I think, I mean, I know you don't have to fill in every space, but I want it to be circular. I want it to flow. So I probably will put some more in here. I think I'll put like this lighter color berry at the top. You can always go back and add some of the brown twigs, the vine. You can always go back and add stuff, and you could draw all this out in pencil too. This will burn out. The pencil will burn out. Yeah. Hopefully all your paints won't burn out. You know, with unfortunately with pottery, you just never know how it's going to turn out. I made a bunch of plates. You guys know, most of you guys knew I made a bunch of plates, but some of them were custom plates, and of course those plates, 4 out of the 5 cracked. And I'm just so disgusted with myself because I should have known better. I bought a B-Mix. I bought some of the B-Mix 5 with no grog, which is really fine if you're throwing, but it does not like to be messed with. So hand building with it is just not that good. So I'm kind of mad that I made all these plates for this person, and the edges chipped off of a couple of them, and then a couple of them cracked. And I'm not sure why they cracked. I thought I was really good about, you know, I always cover them for a few weeks. I dry them very slowly, and I really do baby them. And that didn't work. So, and the only thing I can think of is that those are the plates where I had opened up the new bag of B-Mix with no grog. So I will not be buying it anymore because I do both. I hand build and I throw on the wheel. And I'm not going to have a bunch of different types of clay. Some people do. I've got brown there. I got a brown porcelain there I haven't tried yet. I wish I hadn't bought that either. Okay, let's see. That looking... I'm liking that. I think I'm gonna bring these berries up and over, and I'll add a little bit of the stem later. But it'll make it more unified. I don't want a branch, a space, a branch, a space, a branch, a space. You have to sit back and look at it and see if it flows the way you want it to flow. And if it doesn't, you just have to change it, right? Adjust. Got to adjust. And just kind of keep looking at it. I'm really happy with it though. Let's see, I'm going to go back and add a little more of this brown, this for the stem. Oh, it's a little too brown. I'm going to add a little bit of white to it. There we go. And I really shouldn't be doing it right over the top of this. But, okay, so now I'm going to go back. I'm going to make some of these branches a little bit thicker. And I'll probably, I think I'm going to reinforce some of the leaves. Make the leaves, just clean them up a little bit, and then maybe add a little color, a little more color. I don't know, they look pretty good. I'm just afraid that if you don't add at least 2 layers, it could burn out. The green likes to burn brown. I'm going to set this down a minute. Well, let's see here. I got some yellow in here still. I think I'm going to add one there. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. It's starting to dry out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so, yeah, I've had it where the brown, or the green burnt out, especially avocado, because avocado has brown in it. Lisa, quit holding this over your plate. Okay, I'm trying to mix it up a little bit better. I've got some variation in the leaves, but I don't know if I want that much. My husband's been so good. He's been we've been eating out, making his own dinner, because I've been in here glazing like a mad woman. By the time I was done last night, I couldn't hardly see. My eyes were going blurry. I'm fine when it's bright out, but this room I'm in, it's a room in the back of the house, and we live in a weird house. It's supposedly the Frank Lloyd Wright kid house. He didn't believe in attics or basements. What a crazy man. The house should have been built, you know, out in California somewhere, not here in the Midwest. Because it's just not very energy efficient either. But, yeah, so we don't have much storage space. I forget what I was getting at. See, I am losing my mind. Losing my mind. But anyway, well, I know what I was going to say is that, so I'm in a room in the back, so since there's no attic, there's no ceiling light. So when we bought the house, I ran wire across the ceiling and down, so we'd have some in the kitchen and the dining room. I wanted to hang a chandelier in the dining room, and so I've got like 3 stand lights over me, but it's just, when it's that dark outside, it just, I don't know. It just really affects me. I love to read too, and if I'm reading in the dark, my eyes get so tired. I'm not a real fan of reading on the tablets, but it is much easier on the eyes to do that. Okay, so now I'm going back, and I'm just kind of thickening up some of these branches, making them look kind of squiggly. I don't know. Okay, and I'm going to add I guess I'll add even more water here, but I'm going to go to a smaller brush. This is another master's touch. It's just the very small. This is a number 3. I just want to put, I don't like how dark that is. I'm going to add a little bit of white to it. Millie's sitting here over in one of my clay boxes on the slab roller. She's being such a good girl. She just loves that box. Okay, so this is a much lighter. I still don't like how, I don't know, sharp it is. I want it to, of course, it'll probably fade. There we go. There we go. I'll hold this plate up in just a second. Hope you guys can still see what I'm doing. Can you see that? So right now I'm just adding some to the stem, and then adding, what you call it, the line down the center of the leaf. Give it some variation, not really variation. Just the line down the middle of the leaf. I don't know what it's called. I used to think I had a green thumb, but lately it seems like all I do is kill the plants. Too much water or something. There we go. We're still working on our Christmas tree. We got it out of the box to see if the cats would mess with it. They haven't so far. It's been pretty good. But half the lights were out. So we're trying to cut out the old lights so we can add new lights. It's one of those pre-lit trees. I'm going to add on to the stem here. Let's see here. I'm going to get a touch of white, a little more white. It's hard to know when to stop. Sometimes I forget to breathe. Do you forget to breathe? It's like, oh, breathe. I like that. Trying to decide if I should add some more berries, or I don't really think it has enough on there. Sometimes I hate to add too much and then it gets too busy. Like the plate I did over here was much busier but I kind of like the simplicity of this one. I think I'm going to add a leaf here though. Just to go up on the plate a little bit here. And then add a little bit of brown to continue the stem. There we go. So yeah, just kind of look around. This seems kind of flat over here. There's no green. Whoops, the wrong color, Lisa, there. Where was I at? Oh, here we go. Keep adding. That's a nice thing about underglazes. If you don't like it, you can just go over it. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, that's not too bad. I wanted to grab some, trying to grab some yellow out here. There we are. Yeah, I definitely need a little bit of green. Definitely think, here you go. There we go. Definitely need to think of a little bit of green here. So I think maybe I'll add a stem. Let me grab my brown. I think I'll add, so hard. I think I'll add it right here. Where's my other brush at? I really like the Amaco velvet underglazes. They, I don't know, I've never had them stick to the bottom of a kiln. Although I know Speedball did change their formula. Maybe I'm going to add a touch of brown to this. And I think I'm going to add real quick a little brown stem right here. So I did buy some hand warmers for this coming Saturday. Put in my pockets, keep my hands warm. It's only noon to 5 though, so it is during the afternoon where it's supposed to be the warmest. I think that looks pretty good. Rinse that out, then add, let's see, just kind of bring the stem down here. Kind of add the little center of the leaf. But this will still get a black underliner. Because you guys know I can't paint anything without that. There we go. This looks kind of a mess where I added this over here. So I think I'm gonna try to clean that up a little bit. Maybe get just a touch of water and I might add a leaf. Maybe I can add a leaf over here. I got some green paint left here. There we go. I don't know, I don't want to add one there, I think, but I am going to redo that one. Try to get some of this yellow that's up in here. I think I ended up with all the same color leaves. Like the leaves have variations, but I think they all look pretty similar. Oh well. I just added that brown line. It's a little dark. There we go. I don't know. I don't really like that, but I think it'll be okay. All right. Now I'm going to go back and add some white. Just a few highlights to these berries. I'm not going to do all of them. I think if I did that, they would look like a bunch of eyeballs or something looking at you. But yeah, so all these will go to the West Side Market this weekend, and then what I have left, I'm going to put on my Etsy site. I haven't updated that in eons. The problem is when you're doing a lot of shows, I don't know, if everything's different that you're making, you know, if you're making 50 mugs and they all look the same, it's a lot easier. But it's, you know, it's a pain to put things on your Etsy site, take the time to measure them and weigh them and take pictures and all that, and then you go to a show and you sell it, and you got to take it all back off again. So I don't add things to my Etsy site too much. Okay, so I think that's, let me move this up just a little bit. There you go. Now you can see. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of feel around for anything that's thick. I'm going to rub it off. There we go. Sometimes even the underglazes get oolites. Oolites are those little beads. It's like a little tiny ball that grows in the glazes. And they're called oolites. And you don't want to leave them on your plate or on your piece because they will not melt in the kiln. They'll stay in their ball form. And after a while, you just need to re-sieve the glaze, even if you buy it in a jar. Western's Doe Skin. That's a beautiful, beautiful, creamy satin glossy. It's a beautiful creamy color, creamy white. Let's try this. I hope this works. That gets a lot of oolites. I always have to sieve that. So when you fill up your applicator bottle, it might be doing it because it's so thick. But if you turn it upside down and the ink starts coming out, the underglaze, then it's too thin. I'm hoping that it's just because it's so full that it's doing it. I really don't feel like emptying out again. So I don't want to do every single one of these. I don't know. Seems like it might get too busy. But then I don't want people to think I missed some of them. Oh, Lisa, you forgot that one. Well, no, I didn't really mean to do that one. Or maybe I'll do just, part of them. I just don't want too much black. I think I like the black because it makes it pop. But you can make it look dark, Amaco makes designer liner, which is very similar to this, but their designer liner is supposed to come through the underglaze. So you could actually, if you could actually put the underliner on first and then put your underglaze on, and the black will come through. But if you're putting 3 or 4 coats on of the glaze, I think that would cover up the underliner. Here's what I'm talking about. I haven't even used mine. I bought it. This is another way you can get it. This is a nice bottle, nice applicator. I used to use those all the time, but lately I just really like this better. It's, there's nothing wrong with either one. It's kind of what you get used to. I really like the red berries. They really make it pop. But this show coming up this weekend is the last show of the year for me. So that's why I can put it on my Etsy site, and I'm going to set up my horse trailer. Like a little retail shop. Everybody wants to come over and check it out. Just call or email me or text me or... There we go. Yeah, this is working out pretty good. I think I got a good consistency. I just keep squeezing it out on my paper towel over here. I kind of like how it's scratchy. And then you're not, I don't know. You don't have every single leaf that's outlined perfectly. There we go. You guys been making plates? You can do this on the inside of a bowl too. Do it around the rim of a bowl. Or do it on the you know, you can do it on the outside or the inside. And I'll add some underglaze, some clear to this too when we're done. I have a couple people who have been asking me about showing you how I add the clear. I've never had it's smear, but a lot of people have problems with it smearing. I mean, you could do an extra firing and just bisque fire this. You don't want to glaze fire it because then it wouldn't, the clear wouldn't adhere very well. But you do another bisque fire, and then when you add the clear, you don't have to worry about it smearing. But I don't like to waste electricity. So, plus time, you know. There we go. So there is that. What do you think? You like it? I think it turned out nice. Wasn't really what I had in my mind, but what's funny is with YouTube, so it's hopefully they'll take a screenshot of this, but when you make a YouTube video, they will let me raise this up. Hi. When you do a YouTube video, they will, like, randomly, supposedly randomly, they will take 3 screenshots, and then after you upload it and you go to put all the description in and stuff, they'll send you these 3 screenshots of the video. So I'm always trying to hold up the plate thinking, so they take a picture of the plate. You would think as many times if I've been working on this plate, and it's, what am I, on an hour? On an hour, that one of their 3 screenshots would be of the product I'm working on. But it's always me making this weird face, or it's like me holding up a paintbrush. So, you know, then I have to get my camera out and try to take a picture that's less than 2 megapixels, because that's the only size that they allow you to upload. And you know, I'm not very tech savvy. I mean, I'm not bad, but when I can't figure something out, I call my son. Hoping this is dry enough. This might not be quite dry. Here, YouTube, take a picture. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the clear glaze on the other plate that I did yesterday. Or did I do this yesterday or today? Today. I'm losing my mind. That's what I said. This is what I did today. Gosh, I really am losing my mind. My family laughs, but my mother's in a nursing home, and whew, she's has dementia pretty bad. Every time I go there, she's in a wheelchair. She's got dementia. She knows who I am, but she's I don't know. I don't want to say she's goofy, but her brain is goofy. I keep thinking, oh God, am I going to end up like this? I hope not. Okay, so I'm going to show this again, but you guys who watch my videos have seen this a million times, but that's my favorite brush. It's the Amaco number 8. It is the soft fan brush. It's not one of those with, 10, look at, I can see I don't clean very well. It's not one of those with 10 little bristles sticking out either. This is a nice, thick fan brush. So let me lower you again, and I'll show you how I do this, because it just takes a minute. So I have a gallon of clear glaze, so I just dumped some in here, and I added some water to it so it flows better. And some of them I do add a little design on the back. It does not stick to the kiln shelf as long as you're not putting 6 coats on. So I forgot to sign this one, so I just stuck my name on here. Let me raise this up a little bit. Okay. So I always do the back first, because obviously I can hold the front of the plate with my hand and not mess up the glaze on the inside. And I usually do make a mess, but see how nice that goes on? And of course the back isn't very important because there's no design I can mess up, but I do like to make sure I get it good on the edges. And I like to do at least 2 or 3 on the back. And I put it on very generously, and that's why it splatters all over my table. But that's okay. I don't know if you can hear those sirens going, but it's my son's video game. Whenever I hear the sirens, I gotta really listen and think, is it him? Is our house being invaded? Or is it the video game? Usually it's the video game. Every once in a while we have some crazy, we're in kind of a main thoroughfare. We've had all sorts of things happen on, cops flying down the street, chasing people. One time I woke up, it was like midnight or 1 o'clock, and I see lights flashing out my window, and the news crew is out there, and there's probably 15 cop cars and news crews, and right outside my front door on the street, and they had chased somebody around the bend here in front of my house, and the car missed the bend they were chasing, and it ran into a big giant rock across the street in my brother's yard. My brother lives across the street, but it was pretty hilarious. So I had to call and wake him up. Okay, so this is my fan brush. Look how thick that is. You pump it like that because you want to get a lot of glaze on there, okay? We're not messing around here. So look at that. My brush is barely touching this plate. And that's why I make a mess, because I do drip it. But my brush is very, very full of glaze. And I'm almost just, I don't know, mopping it on. Oh, there's the dog barking again. The problem I think with people who are smearing it, they're brushing it really hard back and forth. Now, putting this on like this is going to liquefy the underglaze a little bit underneath. So I'm going to put it on and I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to put the second coat on. I see a little clay booger right here. I'm going to get that off there right away. And then, and I dropped it right back on there. Smart, Lisa. Very, very smart. So there we go. But you gotta be very careful. Once you put the first coat on, leave it alone. Don't do what I'm doing. Okay? Leave it alone. So if you can see through your clear and see the design underneath, you need to put one more coat on. When your design becomes really hard to see, you probably have enough clear. I put 2 coats of clear on, and that's it. That's all I do. But that's how I do it. This one's probably ready now too. So let's go ahead and let's turn it over. This video is probably going to be too long. I hope it'll cut me off. There we go. I'll go really fast. Usually I go really fast and I slop it all over my table. I'm trying to be a little bit neater. The way I like to do it is put enough on the bottom so I get the 2 coats on so I don't have to flip it back over. And then I'm going to pump it up. Sounds like a jazzercise video. Years ago when I was young, back in my 20s, I used to do jazzercise all the time. I guess that's what they called it back then. Oh my God, I had the pink outfit and the leotards, and good Lord. What a sight I probably was. Oh, goodness. We thought we were pretty hot stuff back then. Oh, gosh. Okay. So I've got that all on there. Nice and evenly, although it should melt down, but there you go, there's the other one. So this will get another second coat too, but I will not touch it again until it's dry. And I guess I'll set it, well, I'm going to set it over here and hopefully the cat won't step in it until it's dry. All right, well, thank you for watching. Sorry this turned out to be so long. I only have 2 plates left to paint, so I think I'll start doing some mugs. I'll finish these 2 plates up tonight. I'll do some mugs in the morning, And then I'll do a video of some mugs, I think. Kind of do something different. So, but thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So it helps the algorithms with YouTube. You know, so, but I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all the kind comments. You guys are so sweet. I got the best viewers ever. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I do try to answer all my questions. If I don't answer, then I probably missed it somehow. And I know sometimes my Facebook page, one time I got on there and there are like at least 20 or 30 comments showed up. I don't know where they've been, but it just all showed up from 2-3 months ago, and I felt so bad. But I still am not getting my comments from that. So I don't know if people are posting on that. I'll have to go in there and try to figure it out. Life used to be so easy when I was growing up. We never had cell phones. Oh, well. All right. Well, take care. And if I don't see you in the next video, have a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. And if you don't, still have a happy day. Thanks.